Good morning. Welcome back. We are now discussing few concepts of astrophysics, under which we now discuss mass luminosity relationship of a star. Mass and luminosity were measured independently. Now we have the relation for mass luminosity. We have the relation for the photon diffusion time, that is tau equals eV by L. That implies L is equal to eV by tau. We know that tau is photon diffusion time and E is the total photon energy or radiant energy contained in the volume of the star. Therefore, photon energy of a star is given by EV is directly proportional to R cube into Tc power 4, where R represents the radius of the star, Tc represents its core temperature, and therefore EV proportional to R cube into T average power 4, because T average is 1/4 of Tc. Now therefore Tc is replaced by the average temperature T. Again, since T average is equal to 5 G mm by 12 Kr, and therefore since 5 G small m by 12 K are constants, and therefore it is m by r whole power 4. Again, G is also a constant, and this becomes therefore R cube m power 4 by r power 4. Therefore R cube gets cancelled with this r power 4, and therefore the remaining is EV proportional to m power 4 by r. Similarly, the photon diffusion time is the ratio of average distance traveled by the photons in escaping from the star to the speed of photon, or in other words, it is the total distance traveled by the photon to the speed with which the photons travel. That is, the average distance between two scatterings is termed as mean free path, represented by S. The average distance between two successive scatterings is called mean free path, represented by S. After n number of scatterings, the average distance from the starting point to the surface is d equals square root of n by S if the motion is zigzag. If the motion is not zigzag, then the distance traveled is d equals n into S. Since the distance d is nothing but equal to r, because the photon is produced at the center of the star, which is the core, and in order to reach the surface, it has to travel from the center to the surface, and that distance is nothing but the radius of the star, and therefore distance traveled is nothing but radius of the star. Therefore d is equal to r, that is equal to root n into S. Therefore this implies root n is equal to r by S, or n is equal to n r square by s square, Remember this. Now tau is equal to, we know that tau is equal to d by c. D is the distance traveled, divided by the speed of light c. Therefore d by c, but d is n into S, that is the actual distance from the center to the surface of the star, assuming there are n number of scatterings, and therefore tau equals ns by c, but n is equal to r square by s square into s by c, and therefore 1s gets cancelled with this, therefore it is r square by s into c. Since c is a constant, therefore tau proportional to r square by s. Now substituting, now also we have s proportional to 1 by rho, where rho is the average photon density, but the density rho equals m by v, and therefore s is proportional to r cube by m, since v is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube in case of the star which is assumed to be of spherical shape. Therefore tau is equal to, or tau proportional to, we have tau In the previous slide, we have tau is equal to r square by s. Therefore, it is r square divided by, for s it is r cube by m, r cube by m. Therefore, r square gets cancelled with this r cube, and therefore tau is proportional to m by r. Now finally we have L is equal to EV by tau, and that will be proportional to, we know that EV is equal to m power 4 by r, and tau is equal to r by m, tau proportional to m by r. Substituting for EV and tau and simplifying, these r's gets cancelled, therefore L is proportional to m cube. This is the expression for, or the relation between mass and luminosity of a star. Therefore, a star of mass 10 times the mass of the sun will be 1000 times more brighter than the sun. Will be 1000 times as bright as the sun. This is the mass luminosity relation. Thank you.